He was in movies. He was in Yumi and Dupree. What a terrible movie. You ever seen that movie?
No.
Okay, don't.
I feel like I'll know what it's
Is it inappropriate? Oh, wow.
Oh!
Hey Bison fans, we're back with another Bison Illustrated Extra. They did not cancel us after the first edition, Patrick, which is remarkable. I don't know who they are, but they didn't cancel us. So we are here today with a member of the NDSU soccer team, currently a junior, Mariah Haberle. Mariah, welcome to our, whatever this is, our studio, our Bison Illustrated Extra. Thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you for having me.
What appealed to you about the first video that made you say, this is something that I'm kind of interested in participating in?
It just looked fun.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like you could just let loose and kind of be yourself and let kind of the Bison fans like see us not on the pitch all the time and kind of see your personalities more, not just as athletes.
For sure. And that's what we're going for. That's the perfect answer. You're 1 for 1 on perfect answers.
That's
So
all I'm gonna get.
yeah, you only get one every episode. How we're going to do this is we each have these stacks of orange topped paper. And so we have 3 rounds. I think we're going to play 3 rounds of about 1.5 minutes or so. We'll be kind of flexible with the time. But what we're going to do is on the other side of this orange sheet, and I'm going to pull this first one up to give Mariah a little bit of a competitive advantage. I'm going to hold it up to my face like this. And there's probably a celebrity or a well-known person on there. She already doesn't know who it is, so we're off to a flying start here. But so basically how it works is it'll be a catchphrase type game, a charades type of game where you can't actually say, oh, that's so-and-so. You have to describe it through, clues, if they're in a certain movie, if they're, have a big song, if you can do an impression of the person. I know for me, I was excited to do this because I'm going to make a total ass of myself doing this. So it's going to be great. So if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Okay. We have 90 seconds on the clock, and I'll start. You already have the competitive advantage. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, but if you put it in your face, you can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry. Cheek.
It's a song.
It's a song. Cheek, mouth, jaw.
Can I sing it?
Yes.
Let's play a love game, play a love game.
Lady Gaga.
Yes!
Okay, now you gotta pick one up. NFL, big forehead. Like you could build something on his forehead. He does a lot of, he's retired now, was in a lot of commercials. He kind of played like a southern accent like this. Played at Tennessee University a previous season.
Oh my God, my friends are gonna make fun of me.
Played for the Indianapolis Colts.
Does he have a brother?
Yes, he does. He has a brother.
Peyton Manning.
Yes.
To infinity and beyond.
Buzz Lightyear? Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. I'm just going to start it off with hints before I go into the impression of him. Okay. He's on a cooking show. He's in a cooking show on TV. He's very intense. The scallops are f***ing raw. He's British. The scallops are raw. You donkey.
The guy or something?
The guy? No, not that guy. Not that guy. He's British. Guy. The guy you're thinking of is not British. Hell's Kitchen. Who's the guy in Hell's Kitchen?
Oh, I don't know his name.
Oh, she doesn't know his name.
Can we do a pass?
Pass. Okay. Broke out my Gordon Ramsay. Okay.
That's his name?
Gordon Ramsay was the guy. Yeah.
Duh.
Okay. So this guy is currently on a television series that I don't watch. I don't watch this show for everybody. I don't watch it. And he is vying for the love of his life. He's dating multiple women.
Colton.
Yes. Is that 90 seconds? Okay. So we're both at 2 apiece. And again, I don't watch The Bachelor, by the way.
So good.
I could never know that Cassie's going to win. I could never know that
Wait.
because I don't watch the
Okay.
show. So we're tied right now. I mean, I'm not really taking this as a competition. You said before that everything's a competition. So I guess
We can have fun.
I guess we're playing for keeps. So one thing that I find really interesting about you is that in high school, you played soccer and lacrosse, right?
Yes.
And I think, at least in Fargo, lacrosse obviously isn't even played at the high school level, but it is in the Twin Cities area where you're from. Did that help you in the game of soccer in some ways, or what was kind of your experience with that game? Because I think it's just so foreign to some people here.
Yeah. Well, I actually went into high school not expecting to play lacrosse. I was just gonna play soccer, do what I do. But then the lacrosse coach was at a lot of our soccer games, and he came up to me and a couple of my teammates and were like, basically he wanted us for our speed. He just wanted us to play midfield and kind of just be able to run the ball up and down the field, because the game itself isn't very hard to catch on to. But it was cool to see a different view from the same field I play on.
Right.
So the one downside is you wear skirts and you have a mouth guard and goggles. So
Interesting.
and you aren't
I didn't even
allowed.
wear skirts.
Yes.
In at least women's lacrosse.
You're not allowed to hit anybody.
Mhm.
Like if you contact someone, you get a penalty.
Yeah.
So that was really different from soccer itself.
Yeah.
And it was our first tournament, and I still didn't really know the rules, and I kind of got thrown into the game. And every time the whistle blows, you have to stop where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept running.
I just could keep running around.
I
That's
was
all you ever
like,
do.
"Stop!"
Yeah. Moving to your time with NDSU soccer now, I mean, this last season was your best season up until this point. I mean, I think it's 16 total points, and then you led the team in goals. And then one thing that was just so interesting to me was that you had 4 game-winning goals, or however they quantify game-winning goals. And I think people look at that stat and they say, well, Mariah, she's a pretty clutch player. She's is there a certain, mindset that you have to have late in games to be in the right place at the right time to make those 4 game-winning goals?
I mean, you kind of just have to have confidence. Confidence is the biggest thing in soccer. You have to go into a tackle or run down the field with the ball saying, this is my play. This is what I need to do. And a couple of them were just, in the moment, I don't really think about how much time's on the clock, all that. I'm just playing soccer. In the moment, you don't think about it. But then after, you're like, oh, dang, that was pretty cool.
One thing that's just, for me, soccer and even, sports like golf even, or softball, baseball, they seem to maybe go against North Dakota just because, you guys get, a couple months of nice weather, and then you're out on Dakota Field playing in, 30-degree weather, 25-degree weather. Why North Dakota State for soccer? What intrigued you about coming to North Dakota State to not only obviously continue academically, but also to play soccer?
I knew Cook beforehand, so we just were already clicked, and I felt comfortable around him, and I hung out with the girls, and they all were really cool. They were really friendly with each other, so I didn't see any bad blood or drama. And honestly, just knowing the legacy of North Dakota State sports, you want to be a part of this. It's a family, and I saw that from the get-go, and that kind of intrigued me right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Maybe before we get into round 2, my last question is obviously you're getting into winter workouts now. You said you started right when class started up again here at the beginning of the month. What kind of, I don't want to say tips, but what kind of things have you learned along the way to make sure that you are in that peak physical condition when the time comes with that, you're playing games?
Well, Mead, I have to shout out from the bat. He does so much for us on and off the field. He's in there with us at 5 a.m, 5:45, ready to go, with the same mentality every single day. And that, I think you have to come in basically with the mentality that you want to be the best. Mm-hmm. If you're here doing what you love, do it to the best of your ability. Don't slack off because, you don't feel sore one day. You're going to feel sore the next day because you took that day off. There's no days off. You just kind of have to go into every day with the same mentality that you want to get better. That's
inspiration right there. I might get a tattoo of that whole quote right here, because that inspired me right there. So we got 90 seconds on the clock. Round 2. Here we go. Oh God. I can't even.
Dang it.
This is who it is. I don't know.
Hello, mate.
Okay, so he's British. I need some.
Literally just think of.
Oh, is it Mike Reed?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good British accent. Okay, now you're up.
Oh. Why can't I get all the hard ones?
I always try to think if I can do an impersonation of the person, and this isn't even a person. This is a cartoon character.
Okay.
He's friends with Goofy.
Mickey Mouse?
Yes, Mickey Mouse.
So good.
Can't do a Mickey Mouse impersonation.
I've never seen that face in my entire life.
Is it a pass?
Yeah.
Oh, Forrest Gump?
Oh,
Okay.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do the animal. It's nocturnal,
Okay.
and it's a movie, or it's a character in a movie. It's a nocturnal.
Okay, so is the character in the movie a person?
Yeah.
Okay.
His character is
Is
a
nocturnal
animal.
animal?
It's a series of movies.
Does he have a voice?
It's really low.
Batman?
Yeah.
Batman kind of talks like that.
I
don't know.
But it's called.
Cavsy here. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, Ronnie. No, not Ronnie.
No.
No.
Cavsy here. T-shirt time.
I know his
T-shirt
name. I
time.
literally just watched this the other day. Why can't I think of his name? Pauly D.
Yes. Okay. One more. Each, hopefully.
Okay, I'm not gonna do his voice because you're gonna know right away. That's not fun.
Okay.
He has a lot. He's a artist.
Artist. Like a painter artist or like a musical artist? Okay.
He has a lot of hit songs.
A lot of hit songs.
He's kind of bigger. Has a really cute kid.
Ruben Studdard.
No. He's
Nobody knows
like
who that
really
is.
famous right now.
He's really famous. He's kind of bigger. He has
He has a little kid.
a little kid.
Little boy.
Is it DJ Khaled?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that voice would have been easy. Okay,
Yeah.
You got one more and then okay. He's married to Miss Piggy. I can't do
Mr.
like
Piggy?
this. He kind of talks
Oh,
like
Hermit
this.
the Frog.
Yes, Kermit the Frog. Okay.
Kermit.
The Frog. Well, what's kind of been the differences within the program now? And I mean, it's only barely even a year since Mike took over. Yeah.
He just came in with basically kind of told us like it's a clean slate. Like he wanted everyone to feel that they had, every single person had the same opportunity coming in. And he just gives us so much confidence on the field and off field. Like he cares so much about us as people and not just as players. And I think that really carries us onto the field, like culture-wise, and we feel like we can come to him with anything. And I think like having that coach-player relationship is so huge to be able to trust them and want to play for them.
How long did it take for you where the British accent wore off?
The funny thing is the second he walked in to his interview with us, because we all got to interview each of the coaches, the second he sat down and opened his mouth, I said, "That's the one." I was like,
this guy right here. This guy, he's British.
He's so fun to listen to.
I want to listen to him yell to me.
Yeah,
that's
he talks a little too much, but it's okay. We love him.
We won't include that part, Mike. We were kind of talking about it, a little off air, is that you guys have such a diverse group of girls on your team returning next year that are just from a lot of different locations. Because obviously, you're from Minnesota. There's a lot of Minnesota girls, a lot of Canadians, and you obviously have a player from Australia too. How do you kind of blend that together to make a cohesive unit? Because especially in a game like soccer, you always have to be on the same page with one another. How do you do that, especially when you have, I would say, not half, but about a third of your team is from a different country? Honestly,
I think having such a diverse team from like different areas brings different things to the table. Like Canadians bring a different game to our game that we don't have normally. And so when we're kind of in practice, like they see things that we might not see. And I say that now, like we have our Australian and she played at Connecticut before. So she kind of been in the States for a while, but even her style of play was different too. Like it's just cool to have different ideas and different ways people play all in one, and then being able to form that as a team, it challenges us. And like even today, like we had practice and we're still learning, and we've been playing together for almost 2 years now.
It kind of brings out the different qualities.
Yeah, like you just see
yeah.
people step up in different ways that you wouldn't see yourself maybe, and it challenges each other.
The interesting thing about your team is, people might look at the roster top to bottom and say, well, you guys are really young, because you see a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors, and obviously I think 3 seniors are coming back next year.
Yeah, we would have had 3, and now we have our transfer that just came.
Okay, so
she'll be our 4th
It'll
senior.
be 4. How do you kind of, on the flip side, that young team, you guys have played a lot of minutes with one another too, because those sophomores now played this past season, and the juniors, like your class, played a lot this season. How advantageous is that to have so many minutes with one another, especially when you kind of have a young team on paper where, people might be coming into a game saying, well, what are we supposed to expect with a team this young,
Right. We lost like a lot of good players. Like all 5 of them worked extremely hard on the field and off the field. And like, I think from them, the younger players learned a lot, like during practice and games and stuff. So I think it just carried over to spring. Like we're already clicking as a unit and knowing where each other what runs each other wants to make. And we did lose 5 really good players, but I think the players now are stepping up into those roles, and it's really fun to see.
Before I ask my last round of questions, I think we each have 3 cards left. And I don't know if it'll take us 90 seconds, but we're going to go through them. They might, who knows? At this point, we don't know. But do you want to start, or do you want me to start this round?
You start.
I start.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Final round.
Okay, so TV show on Netflix.
TV show on Netflix. A lot of TV shows on Netflix.
He's like best friends with Steve Carell.
He's best friends with Steve Carell?
Yeah.
Like
on the show.
Dwight from The Office? Oh, wow. That's alarming. Okay. Okay, he's an God, I look at him and I think of something else. He's an actor. Big actor.
The Rock?
Yes. Wow, I don't know how that worked. See, I only think of him as like,
oh my gosh.
I only think of him as the professional wrestler.
Okay, think of the Bison.
Bison. Easton?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do an impersonation of her, but I don't know if I can. She kind of extends her sentences like this.
Is it a Kardashian?
Yes, it is. Kim? Yes. Isn't there like a term for
her husband?
Kanye?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was easy enough. Okay. They gave me all like the ones that I can't do an impersonation of her. She apparently doesn't have a driver's license. She's a rapper. She's got mad beef with everybody.
Bad Baby?
Bad Baby? Is that a made up person? I think you just made that person up. I don't know if that
that can't go in there.
I don't know if Bad Baby exists. Okay. She talks like she's from
Cardi B?
Yes. See, I could mildly do the impersonation, but
you should have just done a New York accent.
But like there's so many different like New York accents.
That's
like
funny.
What does that mean, a New York accent?
Don't put that Bad Baby part.
Bad Baby. Just mark it down. The next big thing in music is going to be Bad Baby. Bad Baby. One thing that I've noticed about you is that you kind of seem to be friends with players and athletes from different sports, whether that's basketball team, football team, across all sports. Is that something that you think is just in your personality to go out and be personable with everybody, or is it you see these people on a day-to-day basis that you almost not forced to say hi, how you doing, but you're kind of in that environment where you need to get to know each other, especially when it's different across sports.
Because we were in this environment, that's kind of what made us friends. Mm-hmm. But I'm very outgoing and will talk to anyone and everyone. So, I mean, for example, like Tyson Ward and Cameron Hunter on the basketball team, are 2 of my best friends here. We were in the dorms freshman year and just grew really close. So I think being on the same schedules, all that, kind of understanding each other really helps us become friends, but I don't think because of sports we are forced to be friends.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like natural. Like for me, just being the person I am is basically how you become friends with people.
Right. We've been showing celebrity faces this whole edition. You know, do you have a celebrity crush? I always ask this to people.
Oh,
it's so
God.
funny. Yeah, do you have somebody that you're like, well, Zac Efron, that guy?
No.
Well, that's
That's so basic.
that's the first time anybody has ever made that face. Anybody's made that face
I mean,
about Zac
he's
Efron.
cute, but it's not like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, Zac Efron.
Okay, this can be really embarrassing, but I think John Cena is so cute.
John Cena?
Yeah.
You think Zac Efron is cute, and then you think professional wrestler turned
It's just like
actor
he's-
John Cena. We'll just let that one air out for a little bit. John Cena is the answer. That's interesting.
He's just funny.
Yeah, no, is that like the only reason? Just because he's
No,
funny?
okay, no, Blake
Okay.
Shelton. Oh, he's so cute.
Isn't he an adulterer?
Yeah, like,
You don't have a problem with that?
I mean, I'm not gonna marry the guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's just got that country twang to him.
Maybe my last question is what's a skill that people may not know that you have? Like, can you do
I
something?
mean, my friends know it, but I can say the alphabet backwards.
You can say can you do it?
Mhm.
Can you do it right now?
Yeah.
She's going to do the alphabet backwards for us,
Are you
Pat.
ready
Here we
for
go.
this?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm very ready.
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA.
Wow. When did you learn that?
Kindergarten.
Did you just learn it because did they actually teach it to you, or
Yeah, they taught it to us backwards and forwards.
they taught it to you backwards and forwards?
Yeah, don't worry, I didn't go to like a crazy school.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not doubting that. I in my kindergarten days, I don't recall having to
Yeah,
say the alphabet backwards.
because it was
I
always.
couldn't even say the alphabet.
So like we had like our big whiteboard and it was always above the whiteboard and we'd always go backwards and forwards and then it just kind of stuck.
There you have it. That is Mariah, and she played a very interesting game with us. I don't know. It was an interesting
It was fun.
game. Yeah, it was.
We
it was-
tied, so
We tied. I mean, I think it was bound to turn out to a tie because we both had the
we did have
same
both
amount
had
of
one
cards.
pass.
You did pass. I didn't
Did you?
pass.
Did you not?
I don't think I passed. Did I pass,
you did.
Patrick? I did. Oh, I did. Oh, I did. Okay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, thank you for
Thanks for
joining
having
us today. And where can they follow you on social media? I always like to get that out because everybody's, every athlete has
Follow
social
my
media.
Instagram and Twitter if you want. It's just my first name _ last name for Instagram and then Twitter is like my full name across.
Something.
Mariah Haberle and then an 8.
8. Mariah Haberle, 8. Mariah Haberle, everybody, thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on. See ya. Actually, we're just kidding. Mariah's too competitive. She needs to win. I don't care. I'm going to sleep at night just, knowing that.
Or I'm gonna lose. Who knows?
I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But I'll give you the selection of
No,
going.
I'm not giving it to you.
I like to put the pressure on myself, so I'll let you go first, and then we'll see what I'm working with here.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Honestly, when I look at him, I think of like a kind of like a eyebrow raise. I don't even know how to explain what he's on.
You
but-
think of like an eyebrow raise? Is
yeah,
that
he's
what you said?
kinda, the way he's looking at me. He's not actually looking at me, but it's like a.
That looks creepy. I
All
don't
right, I'm gonna try to explain his face.
Okay.
Okay, he
His
has a
face. Good thing I know
like a this part of his beard,
mustache.
mustache. Yep. Can you give me a hint of what he does?
TV show.
TV show.
TV show. Well, that helps with the mustache. Okay. TV show.
NBC show.
NBC. Okay.
NBC with a mustache.
Yep.
Tom Selleck. He wasn't on NBC. She didn't even know who that is.
Tell him Duke Silver.
Duke Silver.
Duke Silver.
Who the hell's that? Who the hell is that?
This isn't even fair.
Duke Silver?
Anyone
What the
who
hell?
watches this is gonna make fun of me for not knowing who this is.
Loves
Ha-
bacon.
Loves-
He loves bacon.
Is it oh God, I know the actor's name. Is it do I have to name the character?
Judges will take either.
It's Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
Yes. I didn't know his name, but I knew he was
Okay.
on some type of show.
All right. Now here's the moment of truth. Oh my God, I don't know if you'll know who this is. Duke dude's so damn ugly. Oh my god. Okay, I can't do an impersonation of him. He's in movies. I can't stop laughing at his face. He's got like a really weird nose. He was in Yumi and Dupree. What a terrible movie. You ever seen that movie?
No.
Okay, don't. He was also in.
Just give her a wedding crash.
I was just gonna say he's in Wedding Crashers.
Oh, should I know his name? I feel like I'll know it better. Is he like inappropriate?
Oh, wow.
Oh! I don't know his name. Oh my gosh. I've heard that before. I feel like this is really inappropriate.
No, it's just like you're holding his face up. I can't stop laughing. Oh my god. He's in what other good movies is he in? Has he done a good?
Marley.
That's what I was thinking about.
It's the guy from Marvel.
Oh. He's not that ugly. I don't think. Is that with an A?
No.
Oh, Owen.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, he's not horrible.
Hey Bison fans, if you enjoy what we just did with Mariah, make sure you like and subscribe our YouTube channel down below. You can also find us on social media. We're on Twitter @BisonMag and on Instagram @Bison Illustrated. You can also search us on Facebook. Just type in Bison Illustrated and we'll be the first result that pops up. You can also subscribe to the actual magazine at bisonillustrated.com.